Holy cow, it has been a while. I was scrolling through my YouTube studio page and I saw my last upload was nearly 3 months ago, and I felt like I should put a video as to why I've been gone and say I am not done. It's no secret that the last 6 months have been tumultuous at best for RuneScape 3. Necromancy, while a great addition to the game, has had some very adverse effects over the last few months to the game at the top end. In my opinion, making the game quite a bit dull due to the fact that it simply outclassed every combat style in nearly every instance. Furthermore, Jagex has been on a great streak of pissing off the player base time and time again, with the Hero Pass debacle followed by a poor Halloween event, and while there has been some good things like the Christmas event, I personally have just had a severe lack of motivation to actually play. So the question is, what have I been up to? Well, in all honesty, I have still been playing, just very AFK. If you look at my uploads since September, you could probably tell that there was much less motivation to actively play, as in that time, there's only been one progress video uploaded, and everything else has just been straight up AFK stuff. I did try my hand at doing a blind run of a Tileman challenge on OSRS, but frankly, I simply just couldn't get into the game. Perhaps I should have done just a regular Iron Man, but I just simply didn't find OSRS as fun as RS3. So I thought I should turn my gaming attention elsewhere. With one of my favorite series recently having its latest release, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, I've been spending my time catching up on the series and diving back into some console gaming, including doing a full platinum playthrough of Crisis Core Reunion, redoing another playthrough of Final Fantasy VII Remake, and even diving back into some Final Fantasy XVI while I waited for the last few days for Rebirth. And obviously, the last few weeks I've been going hard with Rebirth, and I gotta say, I have been loving it. But where does this leave RS3 for me? Well, in that time, I spent much of it playing AFK, as I said before. I started running through a lot more Wave 4 Zuck trying to cap off 120 necromancy, but I began to run low on ectoplasm, so I had to take a step away from that. I moved on to working on 120 fishing at the Corrosis front, trying to collect a massive stack of big troves. Once the previous porter buff arrived, I decided I needed to get some more food and collect some binding contracts, so I used the porters to try to get as much of those as possible, getting myself up to basically having the supplies for 10k binding contracts and a whole lot of fish. And once that porter buff was done, I went right back to the Corrosis front to cap off 120 fishing. After capping off 120 fishing, I decided I needed to find another AFK to do, and I settled on finishing up 120 thieving next. A big motivator for that was the fun interaction that I had realized I'm trying to get porters without divination. This video here will show you that. If you want to check it out, be sure to click the link in the description below. So I parked myself at bandits until I hit 120 thieving and ended up with a massive stack of 40,000 memory shards, which should last me with all the porters that I need for quite some time. Once that had been done, we had received the initial information about the combat update and I was celebrating. With combat being reworked a bit, the other styles would be better off, and well, I had really wanted to get into the range combat style. Luckily, we also recently got an update which made it easier to multitask making dying arrows, which brings me to where I am now. Just hitting 120 firemaking and recently working my way to 120 fletching via making 2 million dying arrows, with the first batch of 1 million done and only some more propellant and sharp shell shards left to collect in the second batch. As you may know if you've seen my community notes, during that time I have been diligently working on 2 very large projects. One being the next episode of Chump to Champ, which is and was planned to be the entirety of my journey trying to get in tier 95 necromancy equipment from Raziel, which has been fairly okay at best and still has a long way to go, as well as a massive tier list project where I rank the importance of every skill at the end game for Ironmen. That script had finally gotten finished and was slated to probably be an hour-and-a-half long video. Unfortunately, I had to scrap the project due to the combat beta going live and making the entirety of that project basically irrelevant. Perhaps this will teach me to not be lazy and procrastinate, but oh well, I guess I just don't need this script anymore. Well, that hurt. As I said before, I've been slowly chipping away with Raziel, and in all honesty, it has been slow going because I'm just not the biggest fan of the necromancy combat style. It's not been fun to unlock the gear, but will I do it? Yes, but that episode will probably take quite some time. But I do have some other things in the works for my Chump to Champ series. So where does this leave us in both terms of the account and the channel? Well, a while back I'd put a video saying that I was looking at the possibility of expanding the channel into other games, and while I did try that, I don't think the other videos simply fit into this channel, so I started another one. I still don't have anything uploaded to it, I did have a few videos that I had, but I took them down because they simply didn't fit the kind of quality that I had wanted out of them, in all honesty. I do still plan on building that out, but it's a future project for future me. I still do want to hit 120 fletching and have a fat stack of dying arrows so that I have a long while before I have to make any more. So I think the plan is to finish up 120 fletching via dying arrows before really coming back and fully playing actively, which should give me enough time to finish Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. In the meantime, I do have a few video ideas that I want to play with both on this channel and some ideas on things that I want to do on the second channel. If and when that channel does go live again, I'll put up a community post so you can be sure to subscribe to it if you'd like. But that's all I really have and catches you up with everything I have been doing. So thanks for watching, and if you enjoy my content, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button, and as always, have a wonderful day.